Hey, welcome to your Leo horoscopes for the week of December 10th through the 16th. And we have no planets in Leo this week, which is definitely convenient for you guys. Focus is on your day-to-day schedule this week. We do have the dark moon influencing things still. Lilith is still very much in Leo currently right now, starting off the week in retrograde, ending the week in retrograde. So it's a full retrograde for this week also. The dark moon really is all about change, and we're talking like drastic changes. I mean, the type of changes to where you're sort of busting out of the shackles of what society has made you and thrown the middle finger in the air and said that's not me, kind of a thing. But in retrograde, unfortunately, it does feel like you can't make those changes that you might actually want to be making. So, and we're really focusing this energy towards your day-to-day schedule. In all honesty, this is like the craziest time of the year, too. And it can be very difficult to stick to a schedule. But also, I feel like this really has to do with making changes and eliminating things that just seem to be really bringing you down, if that makes sense. Whether that's the behavior of other people around you, whether that's the behavior of your mind and where it tends to go in these really frustrating directions sometimes, whether it's just the fact that you are trying to make changes in your schedule to either add or eliminate some things, and it just feels like you can't, for whatever reason. It does feel like everybody gets a little woo around this time of year, and that it's really hard for even people who are very strict and rigid about their schedules tend to get a little bit, unorganized during this time of year because there's just so much going on, as well as people are just trying to fit everything in to get it done before the holidays so that they can run off and enjoy their time, which I totally get. I think I'm one of those people also. But it does make it a little bit frustrating when it seems like the changes that you keep trying to make just aren't sticking, or, for whatever reason is going on. So this is actually a really good opportunity for you guys because as frustrating as that can be, sometimes we can't make these changes for a reason. Like, for instance, here's a good example. Um, you put something out to the universe, and I actually, a long time ago, I put out to the universe, this is what I want to do. I want to focus my time and my energy on my business. That's how I want to make my money. And then, like, very shortly after that, I went into like a money panic mode, and I went, okay, well, actually, I need a part-time job, and I need this and I need that. And it just sort of, and so I would go and I would try and get all of these jobs and was not getting anything because I already set my intention that I wanted to make money doing what I was doing and not necessarily from another source. So here I am trying to force something to happen when my intent, which is going against my original intention. And the universe does listen. So there's one thing to really consider. Did you set an intention that is actually taking place that's preventing you from changing that intention? Because obviously you didn't update the universe with that memo, right? But also, sometimes when you can't make changes, there's a good reason for that. Let's say you have a very light schedule and you really are trying to get more appointments in there and it's just not working. That could be because you need a light schedule because, as it turns out, family drops in, their plans change, you happen to be available. It works out, unless, of course, you don't want your family there, in which case that is a problem. I get it. But in my experience, a lot of times I've really tried to really focus on something and I just can't seem to focus on it, and something else pops up that is really necessary in some way, even if it's just necessary for my emotional well-being. So I feel like this is an opportunity for you guys to really pay attention to when you're trying to force something happening, what is going on around it that might be influencing that? Or also when you're trying to force something to happen and it's not happening, being open to whatever is supposed to happen right now. It just takes the pressure off. You're less frustrated. You don't feel like you're trying to shove a square peg into a round pole, or a round hole or something like that. It just makes things a little bit easier when you take the frustration out of it. And I think that one of the biggest issues that we humans face in the world is that we get so wrapped up in our frustration and how frustrated we are, and we're not spending enough time just letting it go, just letting life be what it is every now and then. We want to control everything. It's kind of our the human beings thing. It's what we do, but we also put so much pressure on ourselves when we do that, and that just exasperates the problem and makes it worse and makes it takes twice as long, sometimes even more than that, to recover from that. And that's what we really want to avoid. That's what sucks the joy out of life, really. So that's what I have for you guys this week. If you love your horoscopes, do consider clicking the link below in the description, sending a tip or donation through my coffee link. I would really appreciate that. Really enjoy getting those coffees. I so am grateful for you guys. There's also another link in the description of my video all month long, and that is a 25% discount all across the board for everybody. Normally, this discount is for VIP members of my membership only. They get it all the time. This month, everybody gets that 25% discount so that you can connect with your loved ones in spirit during the holiday season, if that is something that's important to you. So click on the link. There's a promo code in the description of the video where the link is. Click on the link, slap that promo code in there, book your time, 25% off. I'm Melissa Bruce, Heavy Metal Psychic. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys next week. In the meantime, whatever happens, just make it a great week. It's in your power to do so. I'll see you guys next week. You guys kick some butt and make it a great week.